games, it's quite good.
Really?
Yep.
Thankfully, you're playing spears, so you don't really need to do anything anyway.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
404 on Arena. Nice.
Premium, mate. It's a pay-to-win game.
Hey guys, Shot the Monkey here. So I want to bring you something different today, and I'm going to do a review of one of the two of my newest premium units on Total War Arena. Both of them are Tier 4, both of them are for the Barbarian faction. But this one is going to be on the Tier 4 Spear Brothers, which is obviously a spearman unit for the Barbarians. At Tier 4, it's a premium, and it appears in their tech tree. And I believe it costs 1,250 gold if I'm not mistaken. Of course I bought them so it doesn't show me here, but I believe that there's other units around this tier that tier will cost 1,250, so I think that's correct. I picked them both up when they were on half price sale, so they both, between the two of them, cost me 1,250. They were 625 each, so it's pretty cheap. And I thought I'd give you a review of both of them now that I've got them and had a chance to play them for a while. So yeah, covering the Spear Brothers. As you can see here, for premium units, you've got the bonuses of being available to all Barbarian commanders, irrespective of the commander's tier. You gain access to commander abilities instantly, up to the tier of the unit that you're playing, so the Tier 1 Tier 3 in this case, because they're not high enough for the Tier 5 infiltration for Arminius. You can get increased battle rewards, and they have no replenishment cost. Taking a look at the stats, you can see that they're very high on defense, breathable survivability, reasonable mobility, and very low on aggression. And then you've got the abilities here of Heavy Thrust and Barbaric Phalanx, along with Unfull Movement as a passive, which is standard for most Barbarian units. Yeah, they have their own form of Phalanx, as the Greeks have, I think, Greek Phalanx, and then you have the Romans with Roman Phalanx, and Carthage with Carthaginian Phalanx. So they all have their own Phalanx with their own bonuses and negatives to them. And then Heavy Thrust is a usual ability that you find that's common among most units. There's one where you get knocked back and you do damage to the units that you knock back, and it's to anything that's in front of your dudes. And consumables, regular consumables, Tier 4 for the Barbarians, you get Spar, Feast, Swear Oaths, and then the two actives are Dirt Pouches and Brandish Heads. No cosmetics for the unit because it's a premium, and then you've got information here to give you a bit of historical background onto the unit themselves, which I won't go into here, but you're welcome to pause the video and read that for yourself if you would like. So, onto the units themselves. They're pretty interesting. Barbarians aren't really a faction that get the option to have spears. That's normally dedicated to either the Carthaginians or the Greeks, so it's quite nice to see that that option turn up, even if it's just for a premium unit for a couple of tiers of the Barbarian tech tree, because it gives a nice variety to them, which I think is what premium units should be for. As nice as it is to get premium versions of like mainline troops, having that uniqueness come out in premium units is always very nice. It makes them quite an interesting thing to run, either a full set of 3 of or amongst the regular units from that faction. Excuse me. What do I think of them myself, having played them? They are quite effective. I prefer these, ironically, to the Bloodsworn at Tier 4. Having never played Spearmen before in this game, I think I misused them quite dramatically. I don't think I played them as well as I could, and as well as most people would play them. But they were definitely a lot more reliable, I found. They were far easier to take a fight with that wasn't entirely favourable, and you could rely on them to stay in there and stick that fight out. At the very least, you'd definitely give the enemy a bloody nose. Although if you got enough help in time, either bringing more of your own units over or allies coming to assist you, you could reasonably stay in a fight for a long period of time that wasn't in your favour, and come out as the victor, even with some units left at the end of it. Naturally, with the Phalanx, they are great for holding positions, but also they are quite good for attacking into enemy units if you need to kind of help get an ally out of a fight. If you've got, say, allied troops that are in a melee fight with somebody and he's taking quite a bit of a hammering, you can push your guys into Phalanx, and then essentially what you can do is push yourself between your allied units and their units and knock their guys back and away, so your allied units can break away from that fight and either re-engage to the flanks and rear, or just, move somewhere else out the map if it's unfavourable, or simply let you take the hits instead, and then when the enemy's focused his damage on you, then he can return back into the fight and come and assist you. The only time I've ever seen this unit struggle was against Greek hoplites, even against Tier 3 hoplites. The Greeks tend to come out better in that kind of in a straight up phalanx versus phalanx war, naturally because the Greeks of course have usually a bit better defense, bit better armor, bit better survivability. They are just generally hardier than you guys, and your damage output is reasonably similar. So the Greeks are the ones you would have to be careful on if you're going for a phalanx versus phalanx fight. But other than that, pretty enjoyable unit, very defensive. They do like the mobility of the Bloodsworn with not having the capability to use harass, although it is sort of countered by momentum. But the lack of a charge that you get with the Bloodsworn that you don't get here with naturally having the phalanx ability does mean that you can't run down ranged units that are trying to escape from you as easily as you can with the Bloodsworn. You can't catch up to them that well. Not to say that it's impossible, but it is usually a lot more costly in terms of giving them more time to either get to allies that can slow you down or stop you entirely, or just to get more shots into you before you eventually catch up with them using momentum. But that's all they're going to need to cover. If any of you guys want me to cover the thing of are they worth it, in my opinion, yes. If you're looking for either just a unique unit or a fairly cheap and accessible premium, by all means I think that the Spear Brothers are worth it. The Bloodsworn are as well. We'll get onto that at a different time, but for me personally so far I've had the best experience with the Spear Brothers. Despite the fact I've got more experience with the Bloodsworn, I've played more games with them, but the games that I've played with the Spearmen, though fewer in number, I've enjoyed more, simply because of how reliable this unit has been, even with my completely terrible management of them, which you'll see in the upcoming footage. They've still given me results, and that's something that I always value in a unit, is that the ability to just, even in the direst of situations, to know that they can still perform at least reasonably well. But yeah, that's my review of the opinions of the unit over. I'll let you guys watch the gameplay coming up, see if you like the look of what the Spear Brothers are capable of. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time.
To their base or cut them down.
Also, I may have brought the spears along.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Run them down.
Double time.
What do spears get?
Phalanx and heavy thrust.
Ah.
A ridiculous amount of charge deflect and melee defense as well.
Run.
They're actually bringing them into the woods, are they? No. They are. The Starties are coming in.
Apparently not.
Well, they were.
Have they got nothing in here, or is it just taking its time?
I wonder if they've not even seen us, dude.
They might
No,
not
they have got some there. There, mate, yeah.
Our men are under attack.
We've got javelins at the back.
Yeah, I'm going for them.
Apace. Dead. Our enemies will suffer. Warden protects. The odds are against us. Slay them.
Kill them. Shatter their
Our enemies
bones.
will suffer.
Oh, he's a bit unhappy in chat. Pay to win game. So that looks like what premium units I'm winning, it's because I don't have to use them.
Understood. Obey orders. Eager. Spears. Attack. Slay them. Keep moving.
How much rat is Cav?
Caesar is dead at long last.
Oh wow, he brought Caesar in. That was a Caesar player.
using 2 infantry and 1 javelin.
Yep.
Caesar. What? Go at the least 2 javelin, 1 infantry. I mean, come on.
The
Oh, we're
enemy
apparently
base
base
will
capping.
soon be ours. Defensive stance.
As much as I want to get in those fights, dude, I gotta be the point bitch and just sit in base
Yep.
for cap.
Orders understood.
I gotta go just sit in the base and get that cap points, man.
Spears. Spears.
Isn't this such interesting gameplay?
Our enemies will suffer.
Yours to command. Slay them. Orders.
Defend. Our enemies will suffer. Our victory is moments away.
Quickly. Spears. Ready. Executing orders.
Stand together. Spears. We have captured the enemy base.
Nice.
Run. Spears. Kill.
Our men are under attack.
Spears. Spears.
Defensive stance. Our enemies will suffer. Morning!
Attack! Awaiting orders! Slay them! Destroy! Spears! Quickly! At once! Spears! Death! Eager!
Keep moving!
Allied units are clear! Spears! Spears!
Warden protects! The enemy base will soon be ours!
Keep time! Spears! Following orders! Our ally is routed! At the ready! Spears! Slay them! Spears! Awaiting orders!
base is under attack! We must stop them! Defensive stance!
Attack! Spears! Attack!
Warden protects! Our enemies will suffer!
The cowards rout! Kill! Send Greek blood!
Our enemies will suffer! Kill them all!
Without delay! Run!
Forward! Onward!
Double time!
Defend!
Destroy!
Time is short! Make them bleed! Our enemies will suffer!